The fifth hindrance is doubt. This is a very difficult issue to deal with because we're talking about information that needs to be verified by you. So what we're going to do is talk about the processes of the mind that generate doubt and how to clear up those doubts. The first simile is the water simile, and the simile for the mind in doubt is as a puddle of water filled with mud, and in a dark area does not reflect the accurate depiction of the face when looked into. So doubt swirling is like swirling mud, and the lack of light is the lack of clarity around the issue. So there's two issues. One is the man is trying to look into himself, that's reflection. And the other issue, the man is trying to look at the world and see how it is in reality. Specifically, doubt is around the nature of the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, wavering and paralysis around that. It also could be around one's own ability to undertake the practice, one's own ability to understand what's being said. So in this confusion and in this doubt, a lot of things can be lost, including your capacity to remember. It's like being lost in the forest. You can't remember the way back. And quite often you forget in confusion like this and doubt. You forget suttas and teachings that you've heard over time. They've gone away because the mind is in not a very efficient condition. So what is the remedy for this? First of all, this comes up many times in conversations with people, and it's not just about Dhamma, but it's about personal issues in their life. And the first technique is to stop thinking about it and to try to calm the mind. Pure serenity practice, such as breath or loving kindness. Quite often the contents of these doubts and worries and confusions are to do with the activity of the mind. It's just in a state of misdirection and confusion. It doesn't know which way to go. Usually because it's not functioning at its optimal. And the primary thing is that it's overactive or has the wrong information. So it needs to calm down and clarify. And that's letting the mud settle to the bottom. When we keep thinking, we keep stirring up the mud. So we need to let it settle to the bottom. And then we have a chance of getting some clarity. Somewhere around 90 or 95% of most of these doubt issues are actually going to be dissolved rather than solved. It's not a problem to be solved, it's a problem to be dissolved. And one steps out of that. Just look at your past history of doubts, worries, paralysis, decision-making, and you will see how you created a whole issue around something that was quite simple. And if you had taken the time to calm down and just become serene, you would have realized it's not that difficult an issue. So keep in mind this idea of dissolving rather than solving. It's a very important technique. The other aspect which is important is to get help from somebody who is wise or learned in this area of your doubt. So going outside of your own capacities. That's called knowing the waterholes. So they have a simile of what is a good cowboy? One who knows the waterholes. They have to herd the cows to places where they can refresh themselves, and that is to know some wise people, lay teachers, monk teachers, wise friends that you can go to. Those are the waterholes where you can get relief from your confusions and your doubts. The other simile is a man is in unknown territory. They usually refer to him as a caravan leader or a merchant on a trading in a distant land, and he comes to a crossroads. Now this area is dangerous. There's bandits, and they need water and food, and they can't afford to stay there. So they're at the crossroads, but they don't know which way to go. Now, that decision is going to require intuition and the best information they can get, but they finally make the choice and they arrive at the destination they wished, and they experience great relief. So this is about the feeling of doubt. Doubt is this sense there's danger, there's pressure to make a decision, time is ticking, and there's a lack of information, and the kind of relief that comes from making the right choice is the nature of the feeling aspect of doubt. The other parallel to this is anxiety. I think this is very close to doubt and anxiety are actually almost identical. Anxiety is the inability to forge ahead or to make a retreat. You're stuck someplace and you can't go ahead, it's not clear, and you can't go back. And this feeling of being stuck in the middle, paralyzed, is also identical to the description of doubt. So anxiety and doubt are very parallel. The first thing for anxiety and doubt is to calm down and then to consult. So this type of doubt, of course, is some things are proper to be doubted. The Buddha is very clear on this. There are many issues where you need to ponder and to not just accept them. And there are other issues that there is a right decision to be made, and sometimes you don't have all the information. There is something called faith, and it's a very important faculty. If you are too predominantly on the intellectual skeptical side, you will experience a lot of unsatisfactory experience in your life. Because skepticism is not ultimately curable. It's the ability to question forever. It's a very, very painful and unsatisfactory condition. We're clever enough animals to endlessly generate questions that can never be answered. But that's not a satisfactory way to live. At some point, one way or the other, we have to make a move. And it would be good if we made the best move. The best move is going to be made with calm and clear mind and good suggestions from other wise and efficient people. And so whether you like it or not, life has to be undertaken in the midst of a lack of information. And so this faculty of faith has to be preserved and nurtured. And because without it, you would just spin your wheels. So it's the balance between wisdom, wise inquiry, and the undertaking to make a move in the direction of the unknown with the best possibilities that you have. So this is so important for clarity and well-being, ultimately.